Up until now, we've played all of our lead parts using the minor pentatonic and minor pentatonic lead patterns. This is usually the case for blues. Either major and minor songs will use the minor key scale. But sometimes we have a blues song, and if it is in a major key, it's possible to add licks built from the major pentatonic. And it's not something you want to rely on heavily. Most of your soloing you'll want to do with the minor pentatonic and our lead patterns. But if you look in figure 1, you'll see the A minor pentatonic. Now this is the minor version, and the root note's there on the 5th fret. Now the major pentatonic is actually the same exact pattern, but with one major difference. All the notes are the same, but if you look in figure 2, the root is different. Whereas the 5th fret right here is the root for the minor, the major pentatonic, the 8th fret is the root. So where we were playing the A minor pentatonic, if we were playing the major pentatonic, it would be the C major pentatonic, because the C is right there on the 8th fret. So the C major pentatonic is the same thing as the A minor pentatonic. And for example, we have a A minor chord. Then we used our notes from the A minor pentatonic. Now if we have a C chord, it's a different sound, but the notes work similarly. Now, if we have to keep in mind that the 8th fret, that C note is our root, and other than that, the pattern stays the same. Figure 3, you'll see the A major pentatonic. So if we were playing, instead of A minor, we were playing an A major, we could use this scale pattern. And all I've done is move the entire pattern down so that the root note is on the 5th fret, and then we have our A major pentatonic. We can still do our A minor pentatonic, but we can also throw in licks from the A major pentatonic. And it's a totally different sound. Some people will say it sounds a little bit more country, but as we'll see in another lesson, Eric Clapton, for example, would use a lot of licks. He would base his solos around the minor pentatonic, and then he would throw in a couple of major pentatonic licks. Figure 4, we have the major pentatonic in the key of B. That's because that right there, that 7th fret is our B. So same principle. As long as you can find that root note, you should be quite familiar with the pattern, and just switch those root notes around. Figure 5, we have the C major pentatonic. And if you remember in figure 1, we started with the A minor pentatonic. Again, exact same pattern, root note is different. Instead of the first note, it's the 2nd note on the low E string. It's not not quite as bluesy sounding, but if you're looking for variety in your playing, that's the way to go. And you can add a little honky tonk to your blues if you want. But yeah, it's basically really simple. Just change that root note, and if you know those, if you can find the notes on your low E string, you should not have a problem. You know, if I say D major pentatonic, we get our D. I know my root note's there on the 10th fret. The D's right there. If I wanted the D minor pentatonic, I would start with my root note there for the major, or excuse me, the minor pentatonic. So just a little switcheroo for you, but it can, that little minor switch there between the major and minor pentatonic can add a lot of variety to your playing. So we'll see you next time.